After spending a few weeks covering the practicalities of how to keep your indoor plants alive and thriving, today we get to talk about the thing about indoor gardening that brings me the most joy. And that is styling your plants to bring beauty and life into your home. I'm a furniture and homewares designer, and when I'm creating a new piece, I'm always thinking about how shape, texture and colour will make a space look and feel a certain way. Those same principles apply to plants, so if you want to take your styling game to the next level, I've got some amazing tips for you. Anyone who comes to my house will find that it rarely looks the same 2 visits in a row. I'm always moving plants around, playing with different groupings and swapping plants into different pots. My plants are all growing in lightweight plastic pots. That way, I can give them great drainage, customise their potting media and change their look anytime I like. If you plant directly into the decorative pot, it'll be heavier to move around and you're stuck with that look. Who wants that kind of commitment? Simply changing a plant into a new decorative pot can make you see a plant in a whole new light. Well, it definitely brings me a lot of joy anyway. I rarely place one solo plant on its own like a sad little island. I much prefer to group plants in odd numbers of 3s or 5s or 7s. It might sound a little bit arbitrary, but using odd numbers creates a really balanced effect that's much more pleasing on the eye. Another composition tip is the pyramid principle. Imagine a rough triangle or a pyramid shape and then place pieces within it. Tall plants at the back, smaller to the sides and the front. Here, I've got 3 different Alocasia species of different sizes. When grouped together in this way, they fill in the space in a way that adds height and depth, but doesn't feel cluttered. Like there are innumerable ways to organise a book collection by size or author or colour, there's just as many ways to organise a plant collection. Sometimes I like to group plants by colour, like this amazing Oxalis triangularis, Begonia Connie Boswell, or Coleus Black Prince. Now, all of these plants share very different leaf patterns, sizes and shapes, but they also share the same beautiful tone of purple, which means that they're all telling us the same story. People often use art to bring colour into a space, but I fill my walls with plants because to me, nature is the highest form of art. This stairwell is one of my favourite features. Without plants, it'd just be a big white void, but I've chosen plants that cascade down the vertical space. We often call this vertical drama, and it's the kind of impact you get by getting plants up off the ground and using all this space above. The construction of this feature is really low tech. All I've done is drilled white shelf brackets to the walls. Now, if you're renting, just get the highest rated adhesive hooks you can find. Some of them will hold up to 7 kilos. Because the plants themselves are the feature here, I didn't want anything else to distract from them, so I've used plain white plastic pots and clear fishing line, which disappears against the wall. There's definitely a time and a place to be a bit bolder with your pot choices, but I like to use what I call the one or the other rule. Is the plant the star or the pot? And stick with either one. So here you can see I've got this beautiful pattern pot, and this philodendron golden dragon's got a very simple green leaf and they look quite beautiful together. But when you have a plant like this superstar, which is Oxalis triangularis, the leaf is the star and the pot is just a simple white one. I think they look beautiful together. Nice designer planters can be quite pricey, and if you want to grow a dense indoor jungle, the costs can really add up. But there are a few things you can do to get a designer look on a budget. You can transform an otherwise ragtag collection of pots, maybe something you already have around the house, a bargain from a hardware store, or even an op shop find, and give them a totally new look with chalk paint. Just 2 coats is usually enough to give you a smooth, matte finish. You can do multiple pots in the same colour. I usually use greys or black and white and turn a mishmash of random pots into a beautiful, cohesive set. Often what's lacking in budget planter options are interesting shapes and sizes. To create the kind of display we looked at before, like the pyramid, it really helps to have something tall like this at the back. Now, I've seen these go for over $100, but I'm going to show you a fantastic way to make them at home on a budget. If I take the pots I painted earlier and put them like this, the small one acts like a plinth. I do this all the time. Then you glue them together with heavy-duty adhesive, and you've turned two cheap pots into something modern and really beautiful. By keeping a few styling principles in mind, you can present your indoor garden like a collection of natural living art. But remember, plants are always going to be an amazing addition to your environment. They bring life to a space. So the trick is, don't stress too much about the rules, just enjoy your plants and how they make you feel.